don't know. Hello.
The intro might have been in there. It said it was when I started it.
No,
so
it
we'll
was.
see.
It was there.
Okay,
It was in there.
It didn't show for me at all.
Oh, so you just died in real time.
Yeah. just a touch. It's fine. It's okay. All right. Anyway, so the podcast is back. We will not have a podcast next week because I'm being shipped off to the south for work. So we will have a week off with that. I'll be held up in a hotel room watching anime and working. Yay. All right. So let's talk about our weeks, shall we?
Sure.
Been a pretty busy week for me. Got some more freelance. Been writing scripts. Finished editing some podcast stuff. But honestly, like probably the highlight of my week has been I've actually had time to be a gamer, and not just like gamer, but to actually game. So I've been grinding out in Hades 2 for a bit. I think last night I put in like 2-3 hours. I almost have like all like the arms and everything, and I'm just like farming through. I know I still have a lot of the game left, but I was like, wow, I feel like I know what I'm doing, and I have time to game. This is nice.
It's nice when the opportunity arises. You can actually do stuff you like to do for fun. Mike.
Yeah, my week was pretty much business as usual. Did my first house tour over the weekend.
Ooh.
So that was fun. Saw some movies. I did end up seeing The Smashing Machine, which the movie's good. Dwayne Johnson is great.
That's good.
Sucks about the box office though.
It do.
Well, he didn't seem that shocked by it.
Good for him for not caring about that anymore.
Yep. I'm just waiting. I'm like, when I turn on Raw on Monday and I hear his fucking theme hit, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what would have been hilarious is if he like interfered with the CM Punk AJ Lee match and just said, "I'm gonna take AJ's place." That would have been fucked.
I think I would have actually fucking exploded.
Yeah, I think
I only would have
people
accepted it if her music would have hit and he would have came out skipping in shorty like
entirely,
jean shorts.
Entirely. It would have been funny as hell.
Kiona.
Anyway, yeah. So it's been a week. Been doing a lot of movie watching fairly recently. So like rewatched Superman today. That was nice. That was fun.
Nice.
Really good movie. I also finally saw Fantastic Four. I thought it was okay, not bad. You know, probably the best of the Fantastic Fours that we've had. But yeah, not bad.
The lowest of bars.
Bar was real high.
Oh yeah, super high. But yeah, you know, it was a good time. Rewatched Tron and Tron Legacy last night just for the hell of it. I don't know if I'm gonna see Tron Ares anyway, but you know, I probably will, but I'll just wait for it. But
if I do, it's not gonna be this weekend.
Yeah, right. Legacy, I think, still holds up really well, except for some of the de-aging stuff in the early going. But for the most part, I feel like that movie actually holds up pretty well.
Well, I think with the aging, you can at least make the excuse that he's supposed to be a program.
That is true.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm talking about the like the very beginning of the movie where like he's talking to his son and all that, and that de-aging stuff, kind of a little bit weird. But anyway, yeah. So it was, pretty good week. Nothing super difficult or. Yeah. Kind of nice. Oh, yeah, Brock, I told you I was going to give you my 2 cents on the Xbox Game Pass stuff.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'll let you do that because I got even more. So,
okay. Yeah, we do have more.
There's more.
But yes, my 2 cents would be, just so that you all know, it stinks. That's my 2 cents anyway. Okay.
Don't worry, we'll let you put in a whole $100 when I find out that it's even fucking stupider. They're holding
I know,
people
it's getting
hostage
dumber
now.
than we all would have thought.
Oh, good lord. Anyway, all right. So, hey, Jacob. So, what all happened this week? I did want to talk about. Well, a thing happened this weekend. I watched. How do I want to describe that? I was told that in Gachiakata that the switch up on a character and how they're portrayed and what they do and why a certain thing happens was gonna hit people like a fucking brick wall. And it did. And Mike said he's going to binge the show by the next time the podcast comes up, so that I'm going to save this conversation for then, because I want to have a legit conversation about how this subject matter was portrayed, because it's dark, but it's portrayed in a way that it was dealt with the uttermost care that I've seen any show deal with this subject matter. Like, there was no punches held. They were very honest about it. And it was the most honest, heartfelt way with dealing with two people doing two very fucked up things and coming to terms with how fucked up the things that they did were. I cannot stress enough that Gachiakata is one of the most well-written stories that I've watched in anything in years. Kei Arana is a fucking genius. That's all I have to say. And when I'm told by people that when the second course starts this Sunday, that the best arc that's been in the story so far starts, and I'm already rating the episodes 9s and 10s now.
Plus, we got the new Mori opening.
Dude, I can't even tell you how fucking happy I am that Mori's doing the new opening.
That's exciting.
For those that don't know, Mori Calliope is the VTuber alter identity of Demon Dice. If anyone has listened to her music, he's fucking phenomenal. That's all I have to say. And like, she just did a cover of Takedown with Bao and Amelie, and they're fucking great. She does Mira's parts and she fucking murders it. Oh, it's so good. All right. Anyway, but yeah, it's I want to have a legit lengthy conversation about how that subject matter was dealt with. For anyone that catches up with and wants to watch it, I legitimately want to talk about that in like depth when the next podcast comes. So it'll be in 2 weeks. But anyway, I finally had felt like I was talking about it for 2.5 years, but I had the Ghost of Yotei giveaway, and that went really good. Except I partially fucked up, but it still worked out. So normally for these, they have it drop at midnight on Thursday. And that's what it was advertised as. The problem was, it was midnight it coming into Thursday.
Oh.
So I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I'm seeing TikToks about how ready for Yotei in 2 hours. What the fuck you mean 2 hours? That game comes out tomorrow night at Turn on my PlayStation and I see 2 hours to Fuck! So then I fucking pound all over my social medias. Fucked up the time for the release. The stream will be at 6 p.m. tomorrow. And then it still turned out good. Like, my stream was fucked up at first, so I was only streamed for about 20 minutes, and then it was like 40 people came in overall, and then the actual streamer came in, there was like 112 total overviews,
nice.
which my normal views is like 10. So that was really good. The giveaway went great. There was 13 people that entered it by the end of it, so that went really good. The game is nothing short of fucking phenomenal. it might be the most high fidelity game I have played in my life. It is Atsu is fucking great. It is like, it's so different to see a character that is so clear in their convictions of like what they just want to do and is very straightforward, no like wish-washing on anything except for like one or two things that they make giant points of, that they have to very much grind into Atsu to even think about going against what she's thinking about. It's not like it's wishy-washy with like how they did with Jin's story. They made it very different, that this woman is set on what she's doing at all points, and you cannot convince her otherwise unless you are bringing some miracle in front of her. And they've only done it once. Now, speaking of once, the fucking opening starts hot in Yote. There's 6 people that you need to kill called the Yote 6. The opening scene, you fight one of them. You kill him. And you have this sash on you that you get with the collector's edition that I don't have, but like I have her ghost mask and her sword guard there. And this thing has all the names of the Yote 6 in it. That at the start, they make you, with the touchpad, write out all the name of the Yote 6, so it feels really personal. In the opening, you kill one of them. I have now approaching 40 hours in that game, and I just killed the second one.
Jesus.
Now, I'm not saying there's 40 hours of mainline story between those two, but at like, all of the side content is some of the best side content I've ever played in my entire life. Everything is done at the level of what a main level quest would be. And there's a bounty board that you have to go through at times, to like, because you're not just like given cash and you have to get resources. You have to literally earn the money to fund your revenge mission. It's spectacular. You have a wolf companion at certain points that you have to like gain up better stuff with you. You have to get all these different weapons. When I tell you, so the first master you meet is a dual katana master. And it's really funny because the dual katana master only has one arm when you meet him. And you find out it's because Lord Saito, the head of the Yote 6, chopped his arm off so that he could no longer dual wield. But, so, Atsu is right-handed. And they're like, and normally in these games, they're just like, oh, you're going to get the dual wield and we're just going to show you how to fight and not make anything of it. They have these things called bamboo stands, where like in Japan, where you like the strength on how your cuts are, you have to cut through these like stalks of bamboo. So they're like, okay, if you're going to do this, you need to be good with both your hands. Now, on these bamboo stands, normally, it is the square, X, circle, and triangle are the buttons, and maybe L1 or L2 that you have, or L1, R1 are the buttons where you have to like do it. They were really clever and did the most irritating thing purposefully ever. They've never thrown the fucking thumbsticks in. And when you're trying to hit buttons in a fast pattern with thumbsticks, and they only make you use the left side of the controller because you're learning how to strengthen your left arm. So I am holding this fucking thing claw jobbered like this, trying to get these button things in, and it's the most irritating thing ever. And then the master is like, what? You're no good with your left hand? Just using your left? And then as you go through the lessons, they purposely make the button combination worlds easier to go through. So at the end, where you're just doing a circle with the directional buttons, and it's the easiest thing ever. To make you actually feel like Atsu's getting better with her left hand, and it's not a giant pain in the ass to operate and cut the bamboo stalks. So there's a bunch of stuff like that to where they actually make you feel like the character's getting better at operating the equipment, and not just, oh, you got a skill, you just know it now. It's very well thought out, like to a scary extent. And yeah, every character you run into is really freaking great. It's just gorgeous. My God, that game is fucking gorgeous. And the blood splatter, everything, it's... Oh! Cannot tell you how it's just great. And everyone, I know the joke is you don't deserve women, whatever it is. Every single fucking person that is shitting on this game because a woman's in it.
The locker is right there. You're all getting shoved in.
Just go. God,
shoved in and dropped.
Just go. And it's like they're making Atsu a girl boss because she's tough. Did y'all motherfuckers forget who Lara Croft is? Did you forget who Samus Aran is? Like, I'm so fucking glad Aloy became a thing before this trend hit. Because that game would have been so dead in the fucking... Well, like, just... And then all of it is like, well, I just don't know if it's factually... Don't give me this factually horseshit.
You're playing a fucking video game. Who gives a shit?
Also, the swords and stuff the Mongols used in Tsushima, the game that you claim is so good because the character has a dick, aren't historically accurate either! The explosives they used in Tsushima weren't invented for like another 20 years! So shut the fuck up! You're literally missing one of the best games made on this console generation because you're a sexist, dumb, useless chud! Stop! Enjoy things! Just because you don't want to fuck a chunk of pixels doesn't mean you can't enjoy a game! And also, I need to bring back this Ron White joke because it encapsulates all of this perfectly. And I know I've said this before on here. I'm pretty sure I have. But, like, I don't want to play a video game because a woman's in it. And I can't relate to a woman. Or I can't whatever. I feel weird thinking about this. It always, in a way, reminds me of my favorite Ron White joke that is... So, Ron White is talking to his very, like, ignorant, pig-headed brother, who is just a rampant homophobe. And he's like, nothing can be dumber than being afraid of gay people. Just like nothing. And he talks to his brother and he goes, you know, everyone's a little bit gay, including you, and I can prove it. And he goes, I ain't gay at all. He's like, okay, do you like porn? He goes, yeah, I love porn, and you know that. I'm like, okay, do you only watch two women making love? He's like, no, I'll watch a man and a woman making love. He's like, okay, do you like the man to have a half-flaccid penis? He goes, no, I love big throbbing I did not know that about myself. And this is me every time I listen to someone go, you know, I just can't play one of these video games unless I have a tall, handsome, rugged, rippled muscle just out of the... Do you listen to yourselves? You're upset? You get to look at a woman? What the fuck are we actually doing? Like, have these conversations in your head in a mirror and don't think you sound fucking nuts! You get to look and watch a story of a beautiful woman being badass that, I'm sorry, might not turn you on because it's not a big bubbly man-child that gets... Do you fucking hear yourselves? Ever? Like, what the actual fuck? You need to have some discussions with some feelings that I don't think you're rightfully, like, recognizing. You say guys are weird that they want to enjoy games with women in them. I think you're 1,000 times weirder that you get weirded out if you have to look at a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that needs to be questioning your sexuality. Like, what the actual fuck? But no one will ever think about that. And if you try to call them out on it, it's, I don't need to listen to this or shit. Bye. I'm going to go look at Dominic Toretto and his legs muscles over a car because that's much more manlier. Ah!
Please, someone clip that, please.
I didn't know I was going to go into that much of a fucking rant. But my God.
That was beautiful.
But my God. The just total over the head of what they're actually saying when they make these complaints is fucking wild. Okay, anyway, let's talk about some subjects you got.
Oh, stuff that's totally not enraging.
No.
Hey, can I say this one because I want to rip right into this.
Let me get in the first. Oh yeah.
Hold on, I threw in something at the top first.
Did you? I gotta. Oh boy.
Yeah. That's the first one. Mike, please.
This is the one you want to get into. Okay. All right. All right. Bree, buy or sell that Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdi's contracts at Warner Brothers have been extended. WB has given the king of the box office this year, grossing $4 billion worldwide for their entire slate. Buy or sell their contract extensions.
I was going to talk about that the next one. I didn't even see that updated.
Okay,
on my
end. This one. I'll let you get the next one. Mike, go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. I'd buy this because they are the reasons why Warner Brothers has had the successful year that they have. And even though One Battle After Another isn't breaking box office records, well, not the records that they want, but it's still Paul Thomas Anderson's highest grossing film to date. Still, the fact that they had like 7 movies opening to 40 million plus at the box office, that's impressive.
I mean, this is probably like the best non-Barbenheimer year that Warner Brothers has had. Mm-hmm. And also, like, the thing about 2023 is, like, did they have a movie that did as well as Barbie, or is it just, like, Barbie saved their asses? I'm just trying to remember.
I think Barbie saved their asses that year.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hello, Aaron. All right. Bree, buy or sell.
Let me say, please. I will say it. Please.
Buy or sell that all episodes in the final season of Stranger Things will reportedly be over an hour, between 90 to 120 minutes. Budgets per episode are $50 to $60 million. Buy or sell?
Okay, let me just say. Okay, is this thing on? All right, I'm going to be very calm and diligent about this. 90 to 120 minutes is a fucking movie, you bitch! God damn it, cut that shit down! I'm sorry. As riveting, I'm sure, as some of the storytelling of, like, what 80s thing we're ripping off now, and I'm saying this as someone who's generally likes Stranger Things, most of its runs, there is nothing on God's green earth that, like, an episode of television needs to be over 75 minutes, let alone 90 to 120. I can assure you, without having any context, not seeing a script, no rumors or leaks, anything, that there is absolutely shit they could have cut out. And I texted this to my writing group. I said, as a writer and an editor, I had, like, the one gif of, like, Squidward from Band Geeks in, like, the fetal position, because that's pretty much what I feel like right now.
God. Dear God. Yeah, that's gonna be... Like, I remember being able to binge an entire season of Stranger Things in an afternoon.
Yeah, back when the episodes were, like, 46 to 52 minutes.
And not a 2.5-hour finale.
Which I don't even mind, like... The longer, like, finale, like, if it was, like, a series, I mean, I thought last season was egregious, but, like, I didn't hate it. It's more that first season was, like, so perfectly paced.
It was.
And then each subsequent season is basically, like, one of the bosses from Resident Evil, like, just a metastasized, cyst-filled mass that's just a grotesque abomination.
But, Bree... We need to find out about the other experiments besides 11 in this random town for this plot line that they're clearly gonna get the canceled after that one. See, because Yona, do you know what that is? Yona?
Huh? What's that?
The comment from Arrow. Aaron, I'm not sure what
from
that
Aaron? Is. Yes.
Do you know what he's
That is my D&D character. He calls it that.
Got it.
It's just a joke between us, yes.
Okay. I thought you said something in Stranger Things. I'm like, what? I don't remember that. Okay.
Nope.
All right.
It's just a D&D reference, that's all.
Gotcha. Kiona, Buy or sell that
Yes,
Ubisoft has canceled an Assassin's Creed game set after the Civil War featured a black assassin who was formerly a slave who would have fought an emerging Ku Klux Klan. Leadership canceled it, concerned with U.S. political climate and Yasuke backlash.
The spineless idiots at Ubisoft once again strike. Yeah, that's
basically
great.
They didn't want to make Django Unchained, but it be Assassin's Creed.
Yes,
pretty much.
Here's the thing. Like, I wouldn't care what the race of the person is. A game where you get to murder Klansmen is a win.
Yes, right? It is a win.
What are we doing?
What are we doing in this? I don't even know.
Like, even if you change it to a white guy, still make the game. You get to murder Klansmen. It should be a black guy, but if you're that scared...
Honestly, it sounds like it would have made for a really good game. Like a really interesting Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I would have played it for sure.
But they're so worried about affecting their, part of their target demo.
And
Klansmen?
Okay. And here's the thing. The Yasuke backlash.
The backlash.
The backlash was that he wasn't historically accurate. I was told that was the backlash, not that he's black. That's not the problem. It wasn't he was not historically accurate, remember? All the useless chuds promised me it wasn't because he's black. It's because it's not historically accurate and you're making too much of an importance out of his character. They're not racist. They're just concerned with history.
Historical accuracy, yeah.
Yeah, in Assassin's Creed where you fucking fought the Pope with force powers and a staff from an ancient civilization? And Tesla made you lightning weapons?
Again, locker, over there, go.
What are we, like... I've been told this is this is the German in me coming out when I say things like this. But I'm like just convinced that most people should never earn the right to reproduce. And you should just, right when they start getting close, like you're clamped. Just there's a clamp applied, and you have to, like, through a morality test, earn the ability to reproduce. I have been very much told the 50% Irish or 50% German in me comes out when I say shit like that. But society would be better off for a lot of situations if we implemented that plan.
Honestly, yeah.
Good Lord. And you can't tell me that there would be some guys in this world that went, what do you mean I can't get women pregnant? Oh no, what a bad thing. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, heavenly forbid historical inaccuracy in video games. Who would have known? Ay, ay, ay. Good God. All right, Mike. Can I fail on purpose? I don't want to breed. Buddy, that's the thing. You can also just never take the test. That's in my curriculum as well. You don't gotta take the test. All right, Mike, buy or sell that a script has been written for an original samurai western set in the John Wick universe.
Buy. I need no other details. Just give me my ticket now.
Yeah. Just I don't think I've seen an easier just here's going to be money at the box office.
Why not?
Idea. All right, Bree. Buy or sell the update on Constantine 2 from Keanu Reeves. Fingers crossed, another draft of the script came in. We're going to take it to the studio, and hopefully they like it too.
I mean, who knows? It's like, you know what the funny thing would be? If Constantine 2 happens before Blade.
That would be hilarious.
What would be funny is if Constantine 2 happens before we see Constantine in the DCU.
Yo.
Yeah.
Because there's a chance. Good Lord.
It'll be Clayface, Constantine 2, then finally a Batman in the DCU.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to see a Constantine, and then it's going to be Keanu Reeves who plays Batman. Nope! I forgot. It has to be Noah Centineo. He's the only man.
It has to be Noah Centineo. He is really the only one.
Continuous sequels. He's filling in for Umbreon with these puns tonight. All right. Okay, we had to start off. I just thought this was really funny, so I had to post this. I saw this review, this Steam review for Expedition 33. This is like the 6,000 hours review and the negative review thing. This is another one of those. I just thought this was fucking funny. All right, so I gotta go here so we can see it. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
Nope, that's my face.
Nope, that's not what I wanted. Why are we doing that? Okay. All right. Not recommended at 77.9 hours on record. Incredible experience. It's breathtakingly beautiful. Everything you heard about Expedition 33 is true. The gameplay and story is fantastic. Breath of fresh air in a market filled with horrible quadruple A games that promise the world but never deliver. The story made me cry like a bohemian revolutionary with nicotine dependency who just found out his favorite croissant factory had been closed down due to consistent strikes. If that's the feeling you're looking for, then you should purchase it immediately. Okay. Then why the negative review? Unfortunately, Expedition 33 portrays the French as charismatic and likable people, and that's too much fiction for my taste.
Agree.
That's great.
What has been my complaint about that game for the whole entirety of me playing it, which wasn't all the way through?
Oh, yeah,
it's too French.
I laughed till I cried when I saw that. What my one buddy say, he's like, the only way that game could be more French is if they rode in the battle on baguettes.
Oh, which, by the way, I have to say a funny Expedition 33 story. God. So my co-host of Lake Crap, Gio, he was at SuperCon Miami back in July, and he saw a bunch of people berets and striped shirts. He's like, "Are they Waldo?" Because he didn't know. He was so confused.
Oh God!
Because he saw the mobs of them. He's like, "Am I missing something?"
And then, no.
And then we looked up. He's like, "Oh,
they're just very French." Hey, Umbreon. No, they're just very, very French. All right, so I don't think this is a person we've talked about much on gaming or on this podcast before, but a streamer that I am a giant fan of is Queso. He is just genuinely one of the most, I'd say, pure individuals, despite the fact that he has a giant audience and regularly streams in front of 60,000 people. He is always kind, doesn't swear, but he will say legitimately everything else. And I mean anything else. Some of the shit that I've heard that man threaten about, I can send you guys compilations. He's made me fucking cry tears. Till my sides hurt, cry tears, and how this guy talks. Anyway, so he's gone out of his way to, Bree and Mike, you might not know as much. When you get in certain tiers for Twitch, you get ads that play.
Yeah.
And he's gone out of his way to get as many, as little ads as possible. He runs one ad an hour. And it's only for a little bit. It's not that long of an ad. But on one of his recent streams, when the ad played, he paused his game so that anyone who's not a subscriber would not miss anything. And he did that through the entire stream. And then one of his subscribers, threw a bitch fit about how $8 isn't that much. They should just subscribe. And then Queso went in on this guy in the most Queso way possible. Just only $8 a month. Oh, really? It's only $8 a month. Guess what? Some people don't have $8. And guess what? Now, with some situations, $8 can be a lot for some people. So I'm not going to be upset about it. And then he keeps going. He's like, oh, $8 ain't that much? How about you go on and buy 100 subs for everyone to chat right now? You want to be a big boss, man? Buy 100 subs for everyone in the chat right now. It's only $8. Oh, we're just going to talk about how it's only $8. Buy 1,000 subs for the entire chat right now, big man. Huh? Only $8. Shut up. Only $8. Watch the stream relief.
Yeah, also, I would have blocked him from my stream, too.
Oh, my God.
I mean like that. I've been bye, bitch.
God. There's few people that I think are fucking funnier than anyone on this planet than Queso when he's pissed. And, he's a bigger dude. And he gets these people that will write in names. But but he takes it on the chin every time and laughs about it because he knows it's become a joke. Like, what was the one I saw the other day? He was like someone, because it used to be like his PlayStation comments that would come up and people would say names and stuff like that. And one was like Avatar the Last Chairbender. And he's basically rating how good these nicknames are and all this other stuff. And he's laughing because he's like, you guys are too creative for this to be insulting. He's just like, what the fuck? But, oh yeah. Anyone who wants good, genuine, great, amazing laughter from a guy who is just might be the most pure individual I've seen in my entire life, Queso is fucking funny. He only streams for like 4 hours a day, but for those 4 hours, you are getting entertainment from the second he starts till the second he stops. The guy is great. All right. Kiona, we get to talk about more stupidity with Xbox. I finally get to have you on here when we do this.
Yay.
Yay. Hey, guess what? I thought that Xbox doesn't cannibalize sales. Bloomberg.
I thought Game Pass was just a free pass for them. Yeah.
But apparently, Bloomberg reports Xbox gave up more than $300 million in sales on Call of Duty consoles and PC last year, according to one of their former employees who was asked to not be identified describing these internal estimates. Well, it's the latest iteration of the shooting title. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was topping the top-selling video game in the United States last year, and the biggest for the franchise. That was largely due to PlayStation, who accounted for 82% of its sales.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's that about how, like, PlayStation's the only one that buy their games?
It's almost like undervaluing our product is a bad idea.
Yeah. And then hiking prices to be like, do you want this other thing for more? Anyway, then Microsoft is reportedly testing approximately 2 minutes of ads to play before a game is playable, and it's yet to be announced free version of Xbox Cloud Gaming for PC, Xbox consoles, handheld devices, and the web. Microsoft has also pulled its 10% discount on DLC from Game Pass games that Ultimate subscribers were able to get, seemingly in favor of a new reward scheme.
Wonderful.
Also,
great job. Great moves all around.
All around. But wait.
Pulling the bar.
All around.
Pulling the bully maze. But wait! There's more!
There's more.
They also are getting ready to pull out full screen ads on the homepage for Game Pass.
Amazing.
Why do you need ads for Game Pass on a fucking Xbox? That's like advertising the McRib inside the McDonald's.
Inside the McDonald's, yes, I know. I know they're just making really great decisions. What
did
can
you
I
hear
tell
about
you?
execs quietly selling Xbox stocks? I did. And it's not so quiet anymore. But also, my favorite...
Children, that's called insider trading.
That's called, yeah.
That's called getting ready for the shit show to come where your stocks won't be as invaluable. Anyway, lastly, Xbox has been setting out in certain regions that they're possibly not going to hike the Xbox Live prices for people who are currently subscribed in certain regions. So if you stay subscribed, you won't get the price hike. Hey guys, I'm not a person that sounds like hostage situations, but that sounds a lot like you're holding someone hostage.
Yep.
Because hey, Kiona, what do people like to do with Xbox Game Pass?
Well, besides playing first-run games for nothing, much for like $15.
That's what I mean. But
yeah,
when do people like to do it sometimes? Do people sometimes like to unsubscribe and then subscribe when the game you want to play comes up?
Like I did. Yeah.
But now, if you try and do that, you're going to get hit with the more expensive Game Pass when you come back.
Yes, exactly.
God, man. Go ahead.
Have you heard about the fact that they're pulling some of it too, like at Sam's Club and Costco and stuff? They're pulling like series consoles.
They pulled them already. You can't even order them on the website.
Gone.
They don't even sell gift cards.
So look, here's the thing. Yeah, here's.
Are the Xboxes going to be like the Atari ET games and just end up in a landfill somewhere?
They're going to end up in a
But don't worry, Phil Spencer promised they're working on the next console. He also promised that they'd never give up on the Kinect. Anyway, Kiona, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, there have been lots of promises, right?
Good old Phil.
So here, okay, like I always hear people comparing this to Sega and saying that Sega was a shit show. Sega was a shit show. Let's face it, they were, but I don't think they were this much of a shit show.
No, and that's the shocking part.
Yeah, I mean, like this is the. I don't even know how to put into words the disappointment that I feel for Xbox because I was, as you know, I was a big fan of the OG, the original. Like the first Xbox, you can't even call it like
playing games.
Xbox Generation 1 or whatever now because it's like, oh, then everybody thinks of Xbox One. But I mean, like, first of all, the naming conventions were really bad. Secondly, like, this is such a shame. To see them not only like run their own brand into the ground and run like what should have been a revitalization of the Xbox as a whole, of the brand as a whole, like how they're just mismanaging it, running it into the ground and just making it feel like it's just nothing special anymore. I'm not saying that there was no place for Game Pass because I really do think that there is a place for it.
Sure.
But in terms of like, you spend bajillions of dollars to bring Activision Blizzard in and to bring Bethesda in and all this stuff, and then you just end up just putting their first run games on Game Pass where, like, dude, in these hard times, daddy, do you think that I'm going to sit there and be like, I can spend $15 to play Doom the Dark Ages, or I can go and spend $70 to play Doom the Dark Ages, or $100 or $120 if I want to get the deluxe edition? It's, I'm going to, of course, pick the $15 because I got to put food on my table. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a no-brainer. It's ridiculous to think that they thought that this was, first of all, sustainable, and secondly, like a good idea in the first place. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Anyone would have told you this is a bad idea if you look around like other kinds of streaming services. And like the thing that makes it worse, at least Sega had the excuse that Japan's economy in the 90s fucking crashed and has really never fully recovered. And there was other things that they were like,
there's a whole lot of stuff.
We're out, and then they just redirected their sources.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about Microsoft. I'm thinking about Xbox as a whole, and like, if they were to become third-party publishers, what exactly would they publish? Because, like, look, if you still have Activision as an entity. Like Activision still publishes Call of Duty, and Activision would still and Bethesda would still publish Doom, and like they have like sub brands basically now. I guess you would consider them
under
that
the Xbox publishing department, whatever.
Right,
which is, but I mean, stop calling it Xbox. At this point,
yeah. At this point, Xbox is dead. At this point, it's dead.
They'd probably be better off stopping calling it Xbox. Microsoft is a more better brand to build off of.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, at this point, yeah, it's just another, but again, what are they going to publish? Halo? They haven't done anything with Halo.
But that's the thing, though. They'll just say that everything they own is their publishing. Because technically they do, because they own the things that publish Xbox. Because they'll say they publish everything that's Activision, because they own Activision. Whoever publishes
See that sewing machine in the corner? That's an Xbox.
Hey, hey, Kiona. Hey, remember when we had this woman that was in court standing against them at the FTC trial, and there was a bunch of points that she said would happen if Xbox got a hold of Activision Blizzard, and everyone said she was a fucking basket case, and that, no, you just want PlayStation to win because that's what you care about, and then every single fucking thing she said was going to happen happened.
Yep.
To the fucking dot happened.
And it also just feels like they were just on a spree, just swallowing up all these studios and stuff just so that they could build like a monopoly, essentially, even though the monopoly didn't do anything for them.
They wanted to build up Game Pass. That's literally all it was.
Yeah, but I mean, Game Pass now you're going to charge us like double the amount. $360
a year.
Yeah. for exactly the same stuff that we got before at a lower price. I mean,
But
and they're like, "Oh,
Kyoto,
it's more value." Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, Kyoto. I'm guessing you love that little PSA video they did.
But here's the thing, Kiona. I'm going to be really honest with you because there's a study that comes down here later on that I'm going to want your opinion on too. How many games, honestly, AAA brand new games do you play a year? That you're like way looking forward to a year.
This year is way down, but like last year, I would say maybe about 7 to 10.
7 to 10. Okay, so there's a little bit more in there. Now, for all the people that said that, well, I just play Call of Duty because I get it for free or whatever. Would you much rather buy a game for 2 months worth of Xbox Game Pass or rent that game for $360 a year?
Oh boy!
Right when you put it that way.
Like
when you use logic like that, Brock.
When I say it truthfully, yeah, it sounds really bad.
Yeah, when you use logic like that, what are you asking me here?
And that's not for everyone. Some people use it like how you said. It's perfectly fine. But here's the problem. And Bree mentioned this earlier with it being a streaming service. And it's so telling how they fucking talk about Game Pass. Do you know that Sarah Bond came out with a statement recently? And you tell me what part of this statement is bad. They brought it out right away when I said this. Sarah Bond comes out and goes, Xbox Game Pass, $5 billion in revenue. What's bad about that statement?
They said
revenue, not profit. Because they've been real squeamish to talk about how much it costs to operate that bitch during a year. And some estimates are anywhere from $2 to $3 billion a fucking year to keep that bitch afloat.
And it's also like, when did Game Pass really see a bump in its subscriber base? Was during the pandemic. Was during when everybody was home.
And they thought that was because they got more
and
games.
They thought that was sustainable.
They didn't get a spike when they bought Activision.
Nope.
Anyway, Bree, you were going to say something. I'm sorry.
Basically what I was going to say is like, what if you're like not in like AAA? Like you're like the average person. Like you have your one big, quarterly game, and you pay maybe like 2 to 4 like AAA titles a year, and then you like play like other like Steam-esque like smaller games or like indie games. I'm like, what value is that in there? I mean, just for example, right? So
Xbox
Hades
used to
2
be a big help to indie players. Used to be.
Yeah. I mean, Hades 2 is currently just a Nintendo Switch console exclusive. It's still been, on Steam and like Epic.
Yeah.
But that bitch is $30.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you could buy it, have it forever and ever. Are you like And it's not even going to be on Game Pass, like, realistically, if it comes at all, if Game Pass exists in a year or two. Probably not for, like, another year. Why would you not just buy it physically or on Steam?
And you know what, though? Somebody actually brought up another good point, which is that the Game Pass, by doing this, by increasing the amount that you have to pay month to month also, is putting it square in the sights of PlayStation Plus. Because it's like PlayStation Plus, it looks like a much better value now than it did before, as comparatively speaking.
Comparatively.
So, like, I just don't know what their thought process is, other than we're just hanging on, until we can't hang on anymore. And
right.
This is the end.
Kiona, honestly, are you that against for a game that, like, say, for perfect example, the Indiana Jones game? I was super into that, but I like the idea of playing it. I was willing to wait the 6 months till it came to PlayStation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of people that would just much rather wait.
I was thinking about it, though, as you guys were talking. I was thinking about that answer that I gave you. I would, let me downgrade that to maybe 4 to 7 AAA games a year, because honestly, if I'm thinking about it, really, we're talking AAA. Honestly,
like big budget.
Big budget games like the Mass Effects of the world, the Skyrims of the world, and all that stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
But
I don't even know
where the shit's really gonna hit the fan,
it's
because
so stupid.
like Microsoft has been really aggressive of like AI and everything, and there's been like a lot of pushback. I think it was in like Milwaukee or whatever, is somewhere in like Wisconsin. They're gonna build like a data center, and people were like, no.
Yeah.
So you know what's gonna happen, and I can predict this right now. It is written in the stars. Both Xbox and AI are the bubble. They're gonna fucking explode at the same time.
We should celebrate when that happens.
Oh, I will.
Microsoft is like so unbelievably fucked. Like there will be a new definition of fucked. Like it will make Enron look cute in comparison of just collapse.
Do you know what else didn't make much sense either?
Oh no! What else to throw onto the pile? Go ahead.
I mean, like, first of all, the next console is going to be called the AI box. Anyway, I think that I think it's kind of stupid. Like you're cannibalizing even your own Game Pass subscriptions if you think about having all the games on PC, like PC Game Pass, and then they're expecting like Xbox to for people to go on and play on their Xboxes and stuff.
No
I don't even care.
Point if you have a PC.
There's no point if you have a PC.
Point having an Xbox.
Right, yeah, there's literally no point. That's the reason why I never got a series console, because I just don't give a shit.
No, because PCs have better specs, and I'm like, we all know gamers aren't the sharpest tools in the shed, but I'm like, people aren't gonna, double dip on this.
Time to develop a PC alternative to Windows. No shit.
Yeah.
Someone never has the guts. Now would be the fucking time. Yeah, it's all right. Anyway, hey, so you remember how you talk about the only thing that they could publish is Halo? Halo PS5 reveal is apparently on the rise. A Halo Combat Evolved remake is reportedly in development. Worst kept secret on the planet. The project is being made by Virtuoso, the Oblivion remastered people, who did a really good job with that Oblivion.
Nice, they did a good job with that, yeah.
Abstraction, a Virtuoso subsidiary, is said to be co-developing the Halos with Halo Studios and handling most of the work. The remake will reportedly use a hybrid engine, a mix of the Halo Reach engine for the mechanics and Unreal 5 for the visuals. That means it's going to chug like a bitch on PC. It could potentially be the first Halo title to release on PlayStation. Rumor aligns with the planned announcement at the Halo World Championship on October 24th. I am telling you right now.
Yep.
I will have a ready-to-be-corked bottle of champagne and fucking party kazoos the day that I get to start up a fucking stream playing Halo on my PlayStation.
Please get it for zeroing out. Please get it all out. Please, Brock. Get the kazoos, get everything. Get those, party poppers.
I'll have dollar bills to flip in the air. You will, I tell you right now, if it comes up, if that sumbitch gets revealed, that next podcast after, I'm going to have an out-of-body experience on this stream. I'm telling you that right now. People thought it was bad when Gears got announced. You're going to see Twitter fucking explode with the most worst people you've ever seen.
Indeed.
And that'll be the one that explodes on PlayStation. You thought Forza did good with the 3 million? If they actually make a good port of Halo and then PlayStation players get to just have the screenshot of them owning Halo, they're going to buy for that alone.
Yep.
Just for the giggles.
Yep.
Oh, good God. All right.
Better sales on PS5 than on Xbox.
That'll be the sad part.
Like if they announce it.
On Game Pass!
It would have been better if it was record-breaking sales.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
hilarious, honestly.
I bet it's gonna I will probably outsell
I would love that.
Infinite.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right, anyway, we're almost through the gaming news here. All right, so, studio head Brian Fleming on the future of Sucker Punch after Yote. The truth of whatever we do next, whether it's continuing Ghost or going back to Sly, the decision is really limited, and again, by cherishing our focus and time to iterate, which means that we can really only do one thing at a time. If we were good at juggling 4 projects, yeah, we'd have a remaster, then let's go do one of those and do some fan requests that'd be really popular. But we can really only do one thing, so it's kind of has to be the best idea, right? And that's really clarifying. If it's not it's not that there aren't 15 good ideas, but they only can do one. And by the way, you only get to do one about every 5 years, so the choice is really important. I mean, that is choosing your college, your major every 5 years. It really is a big decision, so you better be careful about it.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. It is cool, and it's one of those things where, yeah, it's one of those things that gamers like to forget that they're literally choosing like a college degree to go for every time they make one of these fucking things.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last game these guys made was on the PS4 cycle. People like to brag about how good the PS4 cycle was. We're like, yeah, that was back when games were just starting to take 5 years to make. And like no, that doesn't mean no Infamous. It's just that that's another thing with Infamous that people get really pissy with Sucker Punch about not making more Infamous. Ghost of Tsushima sold by multiples better than any of the Infamous games ever did.
Yeah.
And then they're mad when they don't make more Infamous, but will never bring up sales numbers. And I'm sorry, you can try new things. We got 4 Infamous games. We can do other stuff. Which is what most of the PlayStation studios like to do, is not make other than Santa Monica, but God, I'll take 900 God of War games. They like to try new things. Most games don't make, I'm still counting that as 4, but some game series don't get that many games, and people are complaining that they don't get the 13th installment in their game series when a studio wants to try something new. There's a reason why 16 probably didn't sell that well for Final Fantasy. At this point, they're kind of in a rut. It did not have even less content than Miles Morales. Umbreon, you are on one. But anyway, yeah, they need to let people just make the things they want to do, because if they just say, make an Infamous game, but we don't really have any ideas of the drive to make one right now, we don't care, make one, you're going to end up with a shitty game. Because if they're not into it, it's not going to be a good game.
Exactly.
Because a bunch of studios just turned into Call of Duty machines, and guess what? They could have made really good games, but they're told they have to make that one because that's what the people want. No, I'm pretty sure Raven Software and all these other companies could make really good games if they made the things they wanted to make.
Oh, Raven Software, the studio behind the X-Men Legends games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, they fucking could.
Everybody forgets about that.
Yes, they do. Alright. Speaking with Archipel Caveron at the event, Devil May Cry director Hideki Itsuno said this about potato chips helping him design the pacing of DMC5. I loved this statement so fucking much when I saw it. He said he designed the scenarios so that players knew when to take a potato chip break. He wanted to make it clear to players when a cutscene was coming and make sure cutscenes gave players enough time to have a small break for the action to eat some potato chips. He also said he planned the game with the idea that players only having about 1 hour to play a day, so when they get home, they can try and pace out the games. To set aside a 1 hour session of gameplay would be entertaining. I actually think that's a pretty cool way to do things, considering how little time people have sometimes nowadays.
No, I mean, I love for more games like that. I would game more if games are structured like that. Again, this is probably going to be the Bree Loves Hades 2 podcast, and not just for the obvious reasons, but that's why I like Hades, is because I can do a few things and it's like not a big time commitment.
Yeah, that is some of the reasons why I like open world games too. I could just be like, I'm going to go check out that chunk. That's today. And then this, whatever it's, yeah, but yeah, it's only a statement a Japanese game developer would make too.
Yeah.
Because there's no way an American's going to be like, yeah, let's just take a small break for some potato chips. No, just shove that shit in your face while you're playing. What are you doing, scrub?
You're not a real gamer.
Absolutely. What are you doing? All right, so this is why I asked this question a little bit earlier. A supposed study came out that more than 60% of US game players only buy 2 games or fewer a year, a new survey says, and only 4% more buy a game a month. According to this data, 18% of players in the US only buy a new game about once every 6 months, and 12% buy one a year. The survey was found about 33 players buy a new game less often than once a year, meaning the combined 63% of players buy 2 games or fewer a year. On the other end of the scale, 22% of players who buy a new game around once every 3 months, with 10% saying they buy roughly one every month. Just 4% they buy more than one game a month. At Connecting to Find, the facility suggests that those 14% of players would buy one game or more per month are mainly responsible for the continued trajectory of full price games. Hyper enthusiasts, price incentive players who are really keeping things going, especially in the non-free to play gaming space. So the only people that really benefit a lot from Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can believe it, because I'd say the number is probably not too different from me. I'm probably like a little bit more than that, but there's periods where, I'm just so busy and I can't game as much as I'd like. But games are expensive. It's an expensive hobby. I mean, if you think about it, there's a reason why the Nintendo Switch sold so well during the pandemic, is because it appealed to people who game casually. And that's also why Animal Crossing sold so well. I mean, that's the average gamer. Like, I'm sorry to break it to some people on the internet. Most gamers probably are not, dudes in their basement. They're probably someone working a 9 to 5 that just does gaming to relax.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was the thing where that even when you're buying lesser price games a year, like even me this year, I'm working a metric ass load of overtime hours to save up for my house improvement next year. So I think I've bought this on the low end. I think I bought 6 games this year. That's it. And that's also because I've been trying to binge on more anime. There's a lot more stuff that people in that same Venn diagram of interests also try to get in the same time period, with movies, anime, and all that, where all of that is expanding and where there's so much around that you kind of gotta set your time how you want to, where you're not just buying a backlog to sit there and fester in an amount of money that you spent that could have been on your bills.
Mm-hmm.
It's ugh. All right. Reset the clock. We're talking about K-pop Demon Hunters again. All right. So Golden has now gone platinum, and they got given the plaque right before they performed on Fallon. And AJ performed the living shit out of that song while suffering from bronchitis.
Oh, so that's why they changed the key signature.
Yeah.
Low-key, I kind of like it at the lower register, because I'm one of those people, I'm like, you know what? I kind of prefer when people don't, do live the exact record version, because I'm like, okay, then I could just stream this. I'm like, I want to see you as a performer. But they were so cute, and oh my god, the story about the little boy in H Mart, which reminded me of, I'm like, oh, that's right. H Mart's 2 minutes from my house, and I've been meaning to go there, and I haven't. And now I'm getting hangry.
Yes.
But that interview was so good, and I know Jimmy Fallon's kind of bleh, but honestly, I'm kind of glad that they went on there to debut live, because I feel like Jimmy Fallon's energy was the appropriate energy to kind of have a yeah.
He is very good with musical guests.
Yeah, surprisingly
good with musical guests. He is one of those people that has an over-exaggerated laugh, and that is coming from me. So I get it, but yeah, he was fantastic with them. He can be a very insightful person when he wants to, and you can tell he's a big fan of music.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's you get the best segments out of him when he gets to do stuff with Justin Timberlake.
I mean, his house band is the goddamn Roots, so I mean,
yes.
Speaking of which, the reason why Huntrix was on SNL is because that's all literally in the same building.
I've literally passed by and saw the studio door for SNL open when no one was in there, when I just happened to be at Rockefeller Center one day. And then consequently, during that same time, I was randomly pulled in as a test audience for Seth Meyers before they were recording, because they're trying some new stuff. So yeah, if you're ever in New York, beautiful shopping center. Great in the winter if you want to ice skate. And sometimes you'll just randomly end up on TV shows. Like, it happens.
Yes, they do like to pluck people around. All right, and another record that they might get. All right, Golden is now the second longest running #1 hit by a girl group on the Billboard Hot 100 with 8 weeks at #1. The top spot currently is held by Destiny's Child Independent Woman Part 1 with 11 weeks at #1.
I think Fallon said they broke that record too.
I saw that, but then I couldn't find any internet records claiming that to be true. I'd be happy if they did, but I heard him say the 8-week thing. Either way, it's likely gonna happen because there's a little fucking mobilized army to make sure they get that alongside trying to block Taylor Swift's success. I saw someone post on Twitter that they're like, how appropriate, because they showed the thing where there was a bunch of Taylor Swift songs and then Golden's still at #1. How appropriate is it that Golden is fighting to dethrone generic, hyper-suited pop melodies of an evil mainstream person? They're trying to fight to the top to save the world, just like in the movie. Like, that's fucking funny. I love it. Oh, and like, okay. I know I'm also like, you mentioned the story with the little kid in the store. Ray Ami has like quickly become one of my favorite people on the planet.
Oh, she is delightful.
She's literally just Zoe in real life. Like, if you've ever seen her, like, she's so fucking proud of AJ, and like, you see her in all the photos, she's like on her shoulder, like staring at her like a lost puppy with her best friend, and it's every time she's just energetic, like making sure everyone gets noticed, like getting them to make sure they make TikToks to like interact with their fans and doing all this. And like, you see her, like, she released a TikTok where she just like was fucking bawling in her hotel room about how happy and proud she was that people are like enjoying this, and that like she have no idea how much she loves her fans, and that she could just cry every day thinking about how cool everyone is. Like, this is a woman who does not realize she's famous whatsoever. And again, I mentioned it when I watched Demon Hunters and then found out about Ray Ami. It's like finding out that the VeggieTales singing voices are the NWA. Like, when you hear Ray Ami's lyrics, that is not what they're singing in K-pop Demon Hunters whatsoever. She's talking about putting people in body bags and other shit, and then you see her crying over this little kid singing her song in H Mart. I'm like, you are the most just like conjobulated of everything that I've seen.
You know, my best part is on the SNL skit with like Bad Bunny is that she did the caw thing, which is like a recurring thing.
I love that so much. She's like, I didn't come up with it, but I love it. She didn't even say her rap part. She just caw. If I ever got to meet any of them, I would get a video with her saying caw, because I just think that people. Oh, good God. You're about to have a lot of fun with those freaking kaffoons where you have to do it with Yasuke, Umbreon. Just letting you know that right now. So, Kiona.
Yes.
David Delsmuchin is playing M. Bison in Street Fighter.
Yes, he is.
But he has his eyes set on a much more important role that has had some prestigious things in the past.
Yeah, Morbin time.
David Delsmuchin really badly wants to play Morbius in the MCU.
I want him to play the character and just say it's Morbin time, just because.
Just I think he would do the audience.
Yeah,
I think he would do it too.
Or at the very least, you know, have him with like a cell phone and then the Power Rangers like ringtone plays.
With these teenagers with attitudes. I don't know why I made him Bram Stoker's Dracula, but I've always been a fan of the horror and the weirder characters. The best part is, I genuinely think he would be amazing.
Oh no, he absolutely would crush it.
Yeah, he would absolutely crush it. And like, the worst part, like, Pringle, I do not need Jared Leto to leave Hollywood. What I need him to realize is that he's an insanely talented actor if he'd stop being so fucking weird. Because, like, Dallas Buyers Club is a movie that exists. He has an Oscar because he's a good actor. He's just fucking weird.
My favorite Jared Leto story is that he didn't know COVID happened.
Didn't have Texas out
he's like weird sex island, whatever. He's like, what? What do you mean?
Some self-reflection horse shit where he's like, the world shut down? I was cooking fish on a stump. Like, what happened? It's so weird. Jared Leto weird. He is very, very weird. All right. Anyway. Universal isn't sure they'll move forward with the Fast and the Furious film unless the budget is dropped. But Vin Diesel promises that he knew it would make money and he's got demands. There's no approved script. There's no set release date. Most of the cast doesn't have deals yet, and the studio wants to cut the budget from the estimated $200 million that the movie wants to be. The last film barely turned a profit.
Well, first of all, they didn't lock any of them into like a multi-film contract?
This is what the thing is saying from the Wall Street Journal.
That is so fucking stupid.
I honestly think they were going movie by movie there for a while.
That's so stupid, especially because before this, all of them easily made like a couple $100 million back. Why would they? Oh my god, that's so fucking dumb.
The
producers are dumb.
Made a budget. Apparently, the last one barely made a budget. Barely made a profit, I should say. That's fucking crazy. Because remember when the ending of all this was going to be a big smash trilogy, and then we got the one movie, and then we didn't get the rest.
Yeah,
diminishing returns. No shit. Hey, how many Marvel movies can they make? Like, I mean. It's a little bit unrealistic at this point. Cut to them firing a car into space.
Speaking of space, and I can't wait for this tomorrow.
911.
911, yes, my favorite trash show. Just as beautiful train wreck in the show as it is behind the scenes. I have talked to people that worked on the show, like, it is... Ryan Murphy Productions are a shit show. But anyway, I just saw, there's a poster, Brock, of Angela Bassett in a spacesuit. They go into space. I don't know why. I don't care. All I know is whoever's writing on the show is skiing on some of the finest snow in Burbank.
God. Good
and this is the same show that had, like a bee-apocalypse earlier in the season?
They had a bee-apocalypse, they've had a tsunami, they had, like, a bioterrorist attack, like, they've had it all.
Makes sense.
Oh, they also had a cruise ship attacked by pirates, and a ship sinking.
This is what happens when network TV is, like, in their desperation stage.
No, that's just 911. That just, it's the same insanity of, like, American Horror Story, just with, like, first responders. Like, that's it.
Did you say this was a Shonda Rhimes production?
No, Ryan Murphy.
Oh, that actually makes more sense.
All right, I have to show this meme for our next thing. So.
Oh yeah, I know what it is.
This is so fucking funny. It's like just you, me, and this brick wall in between us. Haley Steinfeld has said that she's now recording for Beyond the Spider-Verse. I sometimes wonder if anything ever gets scrapped because I've said the word Miles in so many different ways and tones. There's probably a whole library.
You know what's
captured, taken Haley and Shamik in the recording booth together.
You know what's hilarious is that guy, the Chainsaw Man. He's just like me for real. That's this dude.
Oh jeez.
Man, I in a way don't and do feel bad for Shamik. It's like, man, you gotta learn when to shut the hell up.
And I'm like, my dude, at this point, like, she is spoken form. At some point, she's going to be Mrs. Josh Allen. Like, dude, it's over.
And it's like, also, just because the average worked in one way doesn't mean it's going to work that way for everyone. It's Haley Steinfeld, dude. You're not just going to roll in because you did a movie together. That is the kind of woman that men used to build houses brick by brick with their bare hands for. Like, what are we doing? Oh, God. Anyway, all right. So, got a couple more here. We're almost out. All right. James Gunn says he understands Kevin Feige after taking charge of DC Studios. I often see myself doing the same things with directors and writers, so I understand Kevin more now, and I've learned a lot from him. I always liked Kevin. I never had problems with Kevin in the terms of working with him. He's a really good partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did more than simping. I would, dude, there is a, oof. If I could become Mr. Haley Steinfeld, I would do a lot for... do a lot in that situation. I'm saying I would go for Stephanie Bachara first, but anyway. but yeah, it's crazy how, like, outside of everything, like, Kevin is generally actually normally really good at his job.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of crazy how that works. And you could take notes from the good people. It's just kind of how it would. Yeah. That's when people start getting over the line. Anyway.
Peace.
All right. Did you know that back in 2016, Disney reportedly wanted to make a live-action One Piece, but Ichiro Oda turned them down and later turned up with Tomorrow Studios, the same team behind Netflix's version. This was reportedly revealed by Randy Troy, who worked on its current adaptation. Thank Christ.
Oh my God.
I do not want to imagine what a Disney-fied One Piece would look like. Actually, I don't have to. 4Kids already exists.
Yeah.
Shinji, get in the robot.
I mean, yeah, let's be real. It would have just been like a yassified version of Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, that's what it would have been.
Oh my God, you're right.
I don't like to think about that. That kind of terrifies me. And you know, I now picture that. Oh no! Now I can't get the image out of my head. That Timothy Chalamet would have been fucking Luffy.
No, please, no.
No.
I love Timmy, but no.
Draw that.
God,
Timmy.
And Scarlett Johansson would have been Nami.
No. Just no.
Please, if anyone wants to draw the AU Disney version of One Piece, we will pay you. It's not going to be a lot, but we will pay you.
Tom Cruise would have been Zorro.
God.
Oh, Jesus.
And Noah Centineo would have been Boa Hancock.
Yes. No, you know what? Noah Centineo would have been cloned and he would have just played everybody.
God. Robert Downey Jr. is Arlo.
Yeah, and it would just be mocap from, like, the face down because he wouldn't wear makeup.
Yeah, exactly. And fucking Johnny Depp would have been Blackbeard.
Now wait, who plays Chopper?
Noah Centineo.
No, it would have been.
I know. Aquafina.
No.
Oh God.
Oh God.
What's his name? Andy Serkis would have been him.
Yeah, Chopper.
No, it would have been Sean Gunn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go.
Back then, that would have been Sean Gunn. The movie probably would have been directed by.
No, he would have been mocap by Sean Gunn, and then God, he would have been voiced by
Aquafina would have been Robin.
No. I'm just trying to think.
Chopper would have been voiced by Rob Schneider.
Oh God!
Oh.
No! Yes, no! It would have been someone who has like the most chain smoker voice that ever existed. And Chopper would be like, "Hey, Luffy, I care about a friendship. You know, I'm a doctor, Luffy.
The most Chainsmoker voice, so my vice principal in high school.
I just imagine Chopper now being voiced by Bobcat Goldthwait. And I can't get it out of my head. I just can't. I just can't.
We're gonna find the One Piece, Luffy. The real One Piece was friendship all along.
This is a nightmare. This is an actual nightmare.
Okay, we have to move on.
I'm not even that big a fan of One Piece, and that is terrifying. Oh my god, I'm crying. Okay, where the fuck?
No. I got the voice down. I have to do my Chainsmoker voice. Luffy, we gotta find the One Piece.
No, I got it now. Who was the woman that played the old grandma or the mom of the like Goona people that went after the Goonies in the Goonies?
Give me a second.
She would have been perfect. I don't know what that woman's name is. If we're
right.
going for Chainsmoker voice, that would have been her.
Luffy! Robin!
We gotta go after the One Piece.
Yeah, we gotta go after the One Piece. Hey, you gotta like...
God. And Ryan Gosling would have been Sanji. Oh, God. All right. So this was something I wanted to talk about last time, but we never really got to. So somehow we have not talked about Tilly Northwood on this podcast.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I mean, let's be real. Tilly Norwood is a psyop.
I get that, but we still should talk about the insanity of her being a thing is. And for those that don't, oh my god, what's the best way? Tilly is it Northwood?
It's Norwood.
Norwood.
It's Norwood.
Tilly Norwood.
Yes. So
or would I care?
Tilly Norwood is an actress who doesn't exist. It is an AI actress that.
Yeah. Some company made.
Specifically trying to get her hired out to talent agencies.
Great idea.
This is a thing where you try to. Oh, I still have this Streambot on. I forgot about that from the giveaway. Okay, but anyway, so
happens.
What? How is that? Okay. Anyway, but you have this AI made actress by this guy who's trying to get her hired, and she has been in stuff. I don't remember what they mentioned, but she has been in things. But it's terrifying to think that a guy can make a thing, and then they're going to possibly hire this useless sack of pixels over a regular human being, and then that same thing is getting the correct amount of crap that it should, and people are getting mad at SAG-AFTRA for being mad about it.
That's the part that has me concerned.
SAG-AFTRA has issued a statement regarding the disapproval of AI actress Tilly Norwood. Tilly Norwood is not an actor. She's a character generated by a computer program that was trained to work of countless professional performers without permission or compensation. It does not solve any problems, creates the problem of using stolen performances to put out actors out of work, jeopardizing performer livelihoods and devaluing human artistry. Do we do we just forget like Terminator? Because eventually they're going to make it so she's not AI operated and it's going to be a thing inside an exoskeleton so that they could get her rights as an object or something fucking stupid.
Hey, did anybody see Caprica? I'm pretty sure there was a plot to Caprica. I mean, there's no telling what the plot to Caprica really was, but anyway.
Yeah, it's... When I hear about this shit, I feel like I'm describing movie plots to people, but I'm not. I'm describing what I'm getting to talk about on a podcast. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
Good
oh,
Lord,
no.
But But it's unreal to me. It's just unreal to me that we're doing shit like this. And that it's being encouraged by certain people. And like I've seen comments where it's like, well, yeah, will be one of those actresses that isn't afraid to actually show some skin. It's fake!
What?
The tits you would be seeing aren't real! You have porn at your fingertips! Go get a phone! Anything! If you're that desperate to see AI tits, hire someone to draw them for you! Pay an artist for your porn, for Christ's sake! There's starving people trying to feed their kids off of SMM porn drawings of your favorite video game characters' fucking pixels! Go hire them! Feed a starving artist! They may be making porn, but it turns out fantastic! They're not trying to steal people's jobs. They're trying to get your rocks off for a low price. Go feed starving artists. Bree, you're going to have a lot to go off of possibly making shorts for this podcast.
I will try, but yeah.
Technically, they can because you don't need to use PayPal. You don't need to say that you're buying not safe for work art. You can just say
they're digital
commission.
Goods.
Yeah. Just say commission. PayPal ain't gonna know any fucking better. You don't have to say I was about to get very graphic. And the filter kicked in. About you don't have to specifically say you want to have a gangbang with your favorite characters from Expedition 33. You could just say beautiful art from person. PayPal isn't... I could tell you right now, Heisers, that PayPal does not block anything using the word commission. I could tell you that point blank because I got a commission for my streaming from PayPal literally last week. So I could tell you that's not a thing. I could tell you personally that's not a thing. And also, they don't have to put anything in it.
Yeah, you can just put like the date on it.
And that's it. There's more than enough ways to get around it.
Oh, speaking of getting around, I forgot to tell my one fun story this week. So, like tariffs and everything, that's kind of put the squeeze on, the anime community, especially when it comes to collectibles. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest sellers is Good Smile Company. But they promise, like, hey, if you have an existing pre-order, we're not going to punish you guys.
Yes.
Not your fault. We'll honor the price that, when you did your pre-order. Great. And fantastic. Was the exact same price, no hidden fees when my card finally went through. Great. How are they going to promise this? I mean, technically it was from Good Smile US, so it's already in the US, but the figures have to come from somewhere.
Yep.
You want to know what they did, Brock? I know you know, but just pretend.
I know. Yes. What did they do?
So, they removed the Good Smile branding, put it in like a box inside of another box, Emperor's New Groove style, and they had it under an alias coming from Jamaica, New York, under a fake name.
That's clever.
It's great. It's great.
And I could tell that they added like extra like packaging in there so that it wouldn't feel like it was a figure or anything. But because that was like the most immaculate package. Like I just ordered like a pop-up parade Violet from Fire Emblem Three Houses, the female version, because she's the best version. And it was like a porcelain, like a Tiffany vase, the way that thing was goddamn packed.
Yes. Yes, that's... All right. So I kind of promised last week that I might go on a little bit of a rant about a movie that people like quite a bit, that I'm not as big a fan as everybody else. And rewatching it recently kind of made me not. Oh no. I just got clipped.
Yes.
You've just been Umbreoned.
Thank you, Umbreon.
You didn't get a clip of my telling people that they're gay for liking male video games character rant earlier. But anyway, so I kind of promised I would talk about this. I have been one of those people that have said that the Christopher Nolan Batman movies got worse as they went along. And
that's a fair assessment, I would say.
It's a fair assessment. And that I've also said that Batman Begins was a Batman movie made by Christopher Nolan, and that The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises is Christopher Nolan movies that just happen to have Batman characters in them. So
yeah.
Here's the thing that bugs me about The Dark Knight Rises. The Riddler is essentially I buried the lead already. The Joker is essentially the Riddler in that movie, with the videotapes and the other things. So much to the point of where when they made the Riddler in the Batman, it was literally just the Joker to a degree.
But Joker has done broadcasts of his crimes and stuff like that.
He has.
Which I thought was what they were going for.
It is part of what they were going for. But the Joker's not known for having 16 sub-plans for his original plans.
No, he's not.
And is not known for getting mad irritated when those plans don't work out and then trying to enact those other plans right away. He just laughs it off and goes, oh well, and then blows the building up with the people in it. That is not how he acted in The Dark Knight. He was the most cool, calculated person on the planet, but then had some cool lines and lit some cash on fire, and everyone said he was this big anarchist. And had the whole, well, I'm just a guy chasing cars.
No,
I don't know what happened.
He was actually a great gaslighter for the audience, really, when you think about it. He should have been called the gaslighter.
He very much was. And then, like, I don't know what would happen if I caught it. You very much do. You had very well thought out plans for when you would have caught Harvey. You had very well thought out plans for everyone on that boat. You had very well thought out plans for when you're going to try to turn Bruce. That all those cool lines he had were absolute gaslighting horseshit. And then the very end of it, which makes me irritated more now that I thought about this when I was rewatching it the other day with some friends. So the whole big deal at the end of this is that he gets Harvey in the hospital and he gets Harvey out before the hospital blows up. Does anyone besides the Joker know that Harvey didn't die in that hospital?
Technically, no, they were all looking for him, but they didn't necessarily know.
No one knew, because in the rubble, they hadn't cleared it out yet, and they didn't know where Harvey was.
Yep.
Keep that in mind. So now, the entirety of this fucking movie, we have a Batman who is more concerned with getting his fucking rocks off with Rachel, a woman who is guaranteed to likely never be with him again, to where he'd much rather give up being Batman.
I know.
Versus getting laid. One of the most anti-Batman fucking ways of going ever. And so then we go on with this. And again, the only person that knows before Batman that Harvey's alive is Gordon, because he gets to go meet where his family is to talk Harvey down. Because everyone else that Two-Face interacted with is dead. And no evidence is left behind that Harvey did it. So then, at the end of this movie, we get this horseshit explanation that to save the optics of the city, to let them not know that the Joker turned Harvey, we need to blame these people's deaths on Batman so that Harvey doesn't look like he got corrupted. Do you know what else they could have done that wasn't a horseshit excuse that makes that whole "he's the vigilant Dark Knight the city needed" speech utterly useless?
They could have just said
They could have said Harvey died in the fucking hospital.
But it sounds so cool, Brock. You know, it sounds so epic and important.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they had so many fucking like pretentious ass lines in that movie, honestly.
And
like you either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That was the one I was
okay with. That I was
bothered me.
Because I didn't so much because the entire movie is about Batman and Joker, who's both of them had their one bad day and could have turned bad.
Yeah.
So that one line was there. Now I know how Indiana Jones fans feel when they say that he wasn't needed in Raiders. That's exactly how I felt when I rewatched this fucking movie and thought about this. There's no point to blaming Batman for it. And you know what's even worse? They make that point fucking worse when they do Dark Knight Rises, because magically the entire goddamn city is crime-free basically for 8 years.
How?
They just magically went, oh yeah, man, Harvey was a great dude. We're just going to stop causing crime.
Well, but Brock, you know what the horrible truth is? The Dark Knight trilogy really isn't that good. Like,
it's really not.
Like The Dark Knight, still a great movie, but as a whole,
it's
a really kind of like, it's a.
I don't really think of them as Batman movies.
No.
They're Christopher Nolan movies with Batman in them.
Batman
except for Batman Begins.
Except for Batman Begins, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have to hear an Umbreon. I'm just being perfectly honest, stating facts that are shown to you in the movie.
I'm sorry. And like, look, Christopher Nolan's a great director, probably one of the greatest of all times. But oh my god, the amount of people like that were fucking circle jerking to these movies. When at best, this trilogy, if we're being honest, is maybe like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, and it got worse with each movie. And did you know what else was better with each one of these movies? Every other movie that Christopher Nolan was working on outside of that.
Yep.
I could literally feel that every creative drum in his body was more triggered towards his movies that were not the Batman movies.
It really does feel like he made The Dark Knight Rises out of obligation.
It does. It does. Because that movie is a cobble job together fucking mess that Nolan has never made a movie like ever before. And when I try to bring out anything in that movie, everyone was just like, but it's Nolan, though.
But the screenplay is fucking atrocious.
Okay. I will say this, though, in terms of positives for that. Of the Dark Knight trilogy. I think that, like...
Well, there's still positives.
The things that I enjoyed about it... Yeah. The things that I enjoyed about Dark Knight, for instance, was I liked the whole trifecta of Batman, Gordon, and Harvey Dent. I think they did a good job of, like, the long Halloween sort of stuff that they put in there. Also, of course, Heath is great. But I mean, like... Yeah, the whole fact that just because Rachel dies, like, he's not going to become Batman anymore, like... It goes against everything that you know about the character. The character's an obsessive prick, okay?
He wanted to not be Batman before Rachel died. He was ready to turn it up if Rachel said yes.
I know. It's insane. It's insane. And Dark Knight Rises, the only positive thing that I really have to say, other than Anne Hathaway's Catwoman, is at least they tried to do an actual cinematic adaptation of both No Man's Land and Nightfall.
Yep.
I appreciated that.
And the actual scene of him breaking Batman's back is fucking amazing.
It's actually really good, other than the stop hitting yourself moment.
Yes. Like, it's... And I love Nolan as a director, and that's why these bug me so much, because they should not have these problems.
The fight scenes in these movies are atrocious.
Nolan,
I have never been a fan of Nolan as an action director.
And
he's horrible with action and romance. He should never direct any.
And you can tell that I believe Nolan knows that, because after the Batman movies, you get very little fight choreography in any movie he's made that's not like hanging on wires or doing something special. If it's straight up fighting, he barely ever does it.
Close quarters hand-to-hand combat, he doesn't know how to direct that.
No, and that's perfectly fine. Not every director needs to be good at that. But you shouldn't be directing Batman movies.
Well, because I'm kind of curious, because it could go either way, because the Odyssey, it's like, there's kind of like a little bit of action in that story.
I'm hoping that he's learned his lessons when it comes to action sequences for the Odyssey, because it's the Odyssey.
It is the Odyssey, and also you've got people that are in that movie that are well-versed in action movies. Or superhero movies that will require them to do action stuff.
Right.
True.
Like, you have Tom Holland, for Christ's sake. He does most of his own stunts in Spider-Man.
They need really good photography on it, though. That's, like, the one thing. Yeah. And to make it actually look kind of, like, smoother than it did in the Batman movies. I don't know why, but, like, man, oh man, the hand-to-hand stuff just looked really herky-jerky.
There was even spots where, like, stuntmen would randomly flail out of frame during fight scenes. I don't know what was going on.
It was odd, to say the least.
Because, again, there's a reason why people circle jerk to Nolan movies, because they're good. But those ones are not on the level of his other films.
Yeah.
It showed all of his directorial weaknesses, and that's what sucks. And it's another thing where you could kind of tell where originally he really only wanted to make Batman Begins. And I'd have been really okay with that, because that is up there for one of my favorite that is one of my favorite origin stories for a superhero character ever.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It's also the best looking Gotham that he's directed.
Ooh, yeah. You are correct. Yeah, that was the best look for Gotham, honestly. It really was.
100% correct.
The Narrows.
The Narrows and everything are perfect. There is the great thing where, like, he had the best encapsulation of just, like, you feeling like you're in there. I will admit, there's one thing I liked about the Batman where I literally felt like I needed to take a fucking shower after I got out of that movie for how dingy Gotham was for certain points. But
yeah, they did a good job.
The best, just you feeling like you're there and living around, like, the shittiest version of Gotham without going too over. It was perfect.
It was Batman Begins.
Yeah.
I mean,
because afterwards it just became Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it never looked bad on the streets ever. Like, everything was clean, everything was whatever. And it just, like, you got to see how, like, the actual genuine corruption of him, like, paying off cops and doing other things. And a lot of it then became, like, telling and not showing.
Yeah.
As it came along later. And
yeah, especially in Rises.
Yeah.
Which I think Goyer did Goyer write the screenplays?
Goyer only wrote the screenplay for Begins, but he did the story for The Dark Knight and Rises.
Okay.
Jonathan Nolan wrote the sequels.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense for why they feel a lot more like Nolan movies with Batman characters in them.
Yeah.
Which Nolan is, but the Nolans are fantastic together. They're a great 1-2 punch, but again, it's hard to make it feel like, and there was Batman stuff in them. I'm not saying they didn't do Batman things, but it just felt more like he felt like he wanted to make a movie and was contractually obligated to put Batman characters in it.
I feel like, in a way, it was borderline ashamed of its roots, but at the same time, what it adapted from the comics was actually really good.
And you had great castings for the characters, too. That's what sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of feel like Grounded Batman, like the Matt Reeves movie, has done like a better job than the Nolan films, just being honest.
And they feel more like you're in, like, I've like all the stuff with the Falcones, with the Penguin, it felt more like it actually wanted to be rooted in Batman stuff than
not like the cartoonishly, portrayal of Talia al Ghul.
Yeah,
that was so bad. That was such a waste of Marion Cotillard.
No hyperbole. I think that is in my top, or like my top for like worst death scenes in a movie ever.
Yeah,
that's in my top 3. She's a world-class actress. How did you be okay with that scene?
That's what I'm saying. She just won an Oscar for La Vie en Rose. She is fucking great in that.
Yeah.
And this is like less convincing than like my middle school pageant acting. Like, what the fuck?
And it's stuff like that that screamed to me that he was more concerned with his other movies. Where like Nolan would have never let a death scene like that go in another movie. Ever. Whatsoever would have let that go. And it's just and like the breaking of his back, he gets magic chiropractor surgery, then jumps off of a ledge with a rope at the exact point where they snapped his spine back into place and nothing happens to him.
And the magical teleportation.
The magical teleportation. Everyone brings that up, which is bad. It is bad. But the worst part, because it's A, makes no sense time-wise. B, it makes no sense body ability-wise. C, it makes no sense hurrying-wise. And D, it makes no sense character-wise. Lighting up a giant fucking bat signal with gasoline on the side of a skyscraper.
Why?
Who did that? How did he do it? When did he get the gas? How did he get the time? How was he able to when he could barely fucking stand?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not a Nolan thing. That was such an uncharacteristically not Nolan scene.
And remember how they said that like his knees were all fucked up?
Yeah, where he had to wear that brace?
Movie? Yeah, he had to wear the
again?
brace and everything, and then like that never came up again.
No.
In the comics, what it was that healed his back was, I think, the magical healing powers of Dr. Chandra Kinsolving, who never comes back.
No.
Or I don't know what they did with that character, but so like one of the things that bothered me always about every single movie in the Dark Knight trilogy, the editing. And that is the magical teleportation thing. And that is also the thing in Batman Begins where they kill the DA guy and they literally edit halfway through a gunshot.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
right.
I forgot
The scene literally transitions halfway through a gunshot. I'm like, what in the... Who's editing this?
I will say I believe Batman Begins has the least amount of the bad
It had the least amount of that, honestly, it did.
No, I mean,
but still...
Begins is still the most cohesive. Yeah. Like, you know what? I haven't watched the whole trilogy in years. I should just watch it to see just how much of, as an editor, it just makes me cry.
Do you guys remember in The Dark Knight when they're in the middle of a courtroom and in the middle of it, the guy just happened to have a fucking Glock on his chest in view of the judge waiting to shoot Harvey?
Yes. I remember that. It's also that Aaron Eckhart can have his hero moment. And then he says, what did he say? What did he say about it being carbon fiber, like, Chinese made?
You should have bought him. If you're going to kill me, you should have bought American.
Should have bought American.
Which I'm like, okay, that's a fine line. But like, what are we doing?
What are we doing? And so no. I thought it was stupid. Anyway, I mean, it's a great little moment for him to be like, look how badass I am in a courtroom. But like,
that's the problem with that movie. So they go from moment to moment like that. They have some very few like real heartfelt moments, like with fucking Alfred talking about people just wanting to see the world burn. That's one of the best descriptions of how the Joker acts ever, and he doesn't act like that in the movie fucking ever.
Mm-hmm. No, he actually has really a lot of purpose behind what he does. And then the guy that saves the city is Tiny Lister.
Essentially,
it's Zeus.
Yeah, it is.
It's Zeus from wrestling. Anyway,
yeah, it drives me fucking insane. But
it was great.
I had to when that fucking hit. I had to get that out on a podcast. How much that fucking ending bugged me. And then this making it worse by that whole 8-year spree of man, Harvey was a great guy. We should just stop doing crimes.
No, guys, that's not how Gotham works.
No.
Didn't they name a law in his name? They put like a law in the books or something, and that caused them to be able to like arrest every single bookie in the town or something, and that's really what got it.
It was ridiculous.
It was so weird.
They're smart enough to do that, but then they're dumb enough to send the entirety of the GCPD into the tunnels after Bane?
Oh, yeah. That was good.
Nolan knows how to write smart characters. What the fuck was that? You just made the entire GCPD the most stupidest jackasses on the planet.
Okay, the cardinal sin of that movie, though, is still, why don't you use your actual name? Robin.
Oh my god.
I didn't mind if they like would have said like Tim or like Dick or whatever or whatever. That was fine. But then someone also brought up to me how bad that is. Or Richard, or like, why did you ever change it from Grayson or something like that? But someone also brought up at the end of that movie how fucked he would be taking over as Batman. He has none of the training.
I know.
He was not going to be able to do any of the shit Batman did. Is he just going to go travel and find another version of the League of Assassins and train with them? And you wasted Gordon-Levitt, who would have actually been a great version of an adult Nightwing.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Who, you know, with this age, now would actually be a really... I didn't think, and I believe she was wasted in a movie to where she could have been really good, but was still pretty good. When they said Anne Hathaway was going to be Catwoman, I was kind of like, huh? And then I saw the first scene, and I'm like, yep, that tracks. That was genius casting. Not to mention how well she fills out leather. Dear Jesus, good Lord. That's another one that, this is going to be the last thing that I bring up, because I know I've talked with Mike about this, but I don't remember if I brought it up on this podcast. Hey guys, do you remember how people really hate race swapping? Or like, in movies? Mike, I know I've had this rant with you 100 times. So, they're like, yeah, man, we can't be swapping races and other things for characters where it doesn't matter. That's terrible. We can't do that. Hey, Kiona, what is the nationality of Ra's al Ghul?
Oh, God. I want to say Arabic, Middle Eastern.
It's Arabic, Middle Eastern. So you're telling me that they should have had a problem with the most Irish motherfucker to exist playing him? Do you notice how no one complained about that because it was good?
Yeah. Also, he did kind of look like him.
He did.
Like with the...
Now, what nationality's Bane?
Oh, he's Santa Priskin, which is basically Latino?
Pretty much.
Or would that be in Spain? Would that be in Spain? Spanish?
Hey, do you want to do me a favor and inform me what nationality Tom Hardy is? Because I don't think it's Spanish.
I don't think so.
But you know who didn't complain about that? The people who got to see a big jack Tom Hardy doing what he wants to do and being an awesome Bane. But my fucking favorite, and we'll end on this, the peak of people being hypocrites about race swapping. So, Iron Man 3.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
What race do you think the Mandarin is?
Is it A, Chinese? Is it B, Korean? Is it C, African? Is it D,
Ugandan? No. It's not Ugandan. It might be Chinese. But anyway,
supposed to be Chinese, yes.
Sir Ben Kingsley. I'm going to repeat that. Sir Ben Kingsley gets casted.
You know what I think it was, Brock? I think it was an American invention.
Wait, it gets so much stupider. It's so much stupider when you follow the trail here.
Yeah, I know. I mean, to be fair, I think Ben Kingsley is like Indian or like he's Pakistani, which again, not Chinese.
Either way,
yes.
He is not Chinese. That is the point of this conversation. Sir Ben Kingsley gets casted. Nothing gets said and no one is upset. Do you want to know when they got upset? When they found out he wasn't the Mandarin!
Oh, yeah. Travis
when they found out he wasn't the Chinese terrorist! They got mad the British man wasn't playing the Chinese guy! Yeah. Who they changed to be an Iraqi terrorist in the movie! an Iraqi terrorist named the Mandarin was being played by a British guy, and they only got upset when he wasn't playing the Iraqi terrorist named the Mandarin!
He was actually Trevor Slattery's soccer fan and actor.
It was the most batshit we just want to complain ever! You complained the race swapping didn't happen?
Crazy.
The dumb has layers.
I'm so glad that they actually had Tony Leung in Shang-Chi actually comment on that.
God, it was so yes, because it was just like, wait, making it actually realize how dumb that fucking situation is. The mental hurdles they go through with this is astounding.
It should be an Olympic sport.
Seriously.
This is the first time I've had this rant on this podcast. I think Mike has heard me have this rant 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I actually thought the Trevor Slattery reveal was hilarious. I
did too!
It's my favorite part of Iron Man 3.
Yeah, it's the favorite part. And what that adds on to the hurdle of stupidity, because then they were mad the Iraqi terrorist named after the Chinese terrorist wasn't being played by a British guy, but a white guy! They had 5 different layers of changing his nationality!
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, doesn't Guy Pearce doesn't his character have that line in the movie where he says, "I am the
Mandarin," as he's all roided out?
Yes, because he made up the character for Trevor to play, so technically the entire time he was the Mandarin. I like Iron Man 3.
My God,
but
Iron
the
Man
fact
3, what a movie.
But the fact that no one complained about that, except for when he was no longer playing the Iraqi Chinese name terrorist, blew my mind.
Yep.
It just shows how much that they don't give a fuck about race swapping unless the character is played well. They just don't care.
Exactly.
Ever.
Yeah.
Because, Liam Neeson actually was a really good Ra's al Ghul. But he's not Arabic.
No.
I just got what really irritated me though, and I thought they were gonna fix it. Is the entire time they call him Raz.
I hate when people call him Raz or Raz.
And then, later in the movie, when that woman approaches him at the party,
yeah, I thought it was funny when she did it.
She says, "Is your Mr. Raz Al Ghul?" I thought he was going to turn around and correct her and say Ra's al Ghul. I was like, it was set up, and then no. I will tell you, Batman Begins was written more fluidly with better lines. What good is all those push-ups if you can't lift a bloody log?
Yeah.
Time to get up, Mr. Wayne. Bats are nocturnal, but Bruce Wayne isn't.
God, that Lucius has about the billionaire base jumping spelunking ground or something.
Yes, the billionaire base jumping.
Here's the thing, I still like the trilogy. I still love these films, but I mean, let's just be honest about them. It's okay just to admit that they're not all 10 out of 10 bangers.
They're not.
No.
And the epicness of them was purely based off of Ledger's Joker makes The Dark Knight as good as it is.
That and the Hans Zimmer, and what was it? Harry Gregson, who was the
James Newton Howard.
Yeah, that score. That score did so much fucking heavy lifting.
It honestly did.
Yes, it did. And Eckhart as Two-Face. Not as much as
he was good.
That, but they sold that entire fucking movie.
Dude, I even liked the fact that they had Bullock and Montoya sort of in the movie.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah. But not really. But sort of. But Keith Sarabajka he could have been a really good he could have been a really good Bullock.
Yes. God, if anyone ever sees this, I'm gonna get fucking roasted alive for talking about it. But I don't care. I will die on that hill that ending's dumb.
Oh, yeah.
And people only think it's good because of the line that he comes up with. Oh. Anyway, does anyone else have anything else they want to say now that I'm done ranting for the 4th time in this podcast?
No, I think that's a beautiful note to end on.
I think that's a wonderful way to end it. Yes.
All right. Kiona, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Neoplasmic24, also on Instagram and Threads at Neoplasmic81. I don't really use Threads anymore, but whatever. And on Blue Sky and Twitch at Neoplasmic.
Bree, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky at crazylemur.bsky.social. Also on Instagram at lemurs.roll1, where I am finally posting pictures and actually doing the social media thing. So if you want to see my cooking, my dog, or my art, just look at me there.
Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us here on YouTube, on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com.
And Pandora!
We're not there yet. You can listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. Yes, including Pandora.
Pandora for some reason. I miss when you say that. It was
Pandora for some reason.
And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. You need to escape? So do we.
It was Spotify, this, Apple Music, and Pandora for some reason. Pandora got thrown to the dirt so fucking quick. As soon as other platforms became available.
We love their ads. We love their ads so much.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. You know what the best thing about Pandora is? I just associate it with office, like dentist office music, because I swear to Christ, that's what my dentist face.
You're not wrong. You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. I am currently starting to play the horror games now that I'm done spending an entire weekend just freaking dramming down on Ghost of Yote. It's really good. And all you sexist chuds can just get over the fact that there's a badass woman in your video games. Cue earlier rant in the beginning of this podcast. But yeah, so I am going through the Dark Picture Anthology games, and it'll be Alan Wake for a good chunk of the month now that I'm getting shipped out for a week, so I'm not gonna be able to do as much as I thought I was going to. But yeah, and you can find me also on my Instagram at Organoid Zero, where all my cons and convention stuff. Anybody, if they're in the Twin Cities area, I'll be going to Twin Cities Con, so if you're going to that, you can see me there. All right, until next time, we will see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
I didn't hit the button.